So when I was 3, my parents split up, and my mom currently lives in Eastern Washington, and my dad lives in Western Washington. I live with my dad full time, but whenever I get a break from school, I go to my mom's. Actually, in fact, I'm there right now for the summer. So my mom lives with my 2 adult sisters, my stepdad, my grandma, and our pets. Since we live with my very Christian grandmother, we have a lot of antique stuff and angel sculptures pretty much everywhere. Although there is one thing that my grandma specifically cherishes the most. It's a grandfather clock. I never really knew why, but there was nothing particularly odd or scary about this clock. It was just a clock, really. The house has a basement and a main floor. The basement is where my room is, and usually the hangout spot for me and my sister, so we can swear without my grandma ever hearing us. My grandma's husband died many years ago to ALS. This is important to the story, so I thought it would be good to add this note in. Okay, on to the story. One time, about a year ago, when I was visiting my mom, me and my older sister were writing a campaign for Dungeons and Dragons in the basement. It's about 10:30 a.m. or so. We had already eaten breakfast, and we're planning on writing this campaign while our mom was at work. A couple hours pass, and we're finally finished with our campaign. It's about 1 p.m. or so. My sister had to go return some books to the library, and my stepdad was also at work. So I was alone with my other sister. She doesn't come out of her room at all, and I was also home with my grandma. My grandma's hands are very weak, so I often have to help her with some stuff around the house. So I go upstairs to see if she needs help with anything. I make some lunch, and that's when I hear the clock doing its chime. Which means it's 1:30 p.m. The clock will chime a number of times according to whatever time it is, just like many other clocks. When I'm finished with my lunch, I hear my grandma calling for me from the other room. She was in the office where we keep our computer and where she handles bills or something like that. I come to the office, but she's not there. The office is right next to her room, so I decided to knock on her door to check if she's okay. Before I can, I hear that her shower is on, which means she's taking a shower, right? Duh. Creepy though, I swore I heard her calling for me, but I just shrug it off as my mind just playing some tricks on me. I assume my grandma's occupied, so I go downstairs to play some video games on my Xbox. It's around 2 p.m. now. I have my headphones on, so I can't hear anything else besides my game. But then all of a sudden, I twitch my neck really hard. I don't twitch very often at all, so it scared me, but no less than a second later, I twitch again. I take off my headphones and sit still for a second. The twitches stopped. I was very confused and concerned at the same time. But as the dumb kid I was, I shrugged it off and just continued playing. It's around 3 now, where things will start to click. I'm playing Minecraft with the boys when all of a sudden I started twitching again. Once, twice, and a third time. I had my headphones on again, and again I can't hear anything. I tell my friends about it, and they say I should just call my mom. I get off and call my mom, and she starts driving home immediately. It's around 3:30. My mom gets home and checks on me, but nothing is noticeably wrong. At this time, my sister is also home. I go back to playing video games, and 4 o'clock hits. This time, I just so happen to not be wearing my headphones, and I hear the clock start its 4 o'clock routine, but on the first chime, I twitch. The second time, I twitch. Third time, I twitch. And finally, a 4th time, I twitch. After that, I was freaking out, and I was telling everyone about it, including my grandma, and she gives me the most chilling response I ever heard. That was her husband's clock, who is my grandfather. He must be trying to get my attention. After that, I was freaked out, but then, since I figured it out, I decided to go up to the clock and just say, "Hi, Grandpa." After that, nothing has happened. No more twitching. Nothing.